But we are here on behalf of a man who really revolutionized my entire thought process and approach as an independent journalist, and that man is Julian Assange.
I mean, a lot of it you guys know. You know that this is horrific. You know that Assange is a hero. You know that the things he did for journalism, but really for this world, are in many ways unparalleled in the terms of the breadth of the truth that was revealed about repressive and secretive governments around the world. This guy should have statues up for him, and instead he's in prison because he threatened them. He threatened them. He threatened the way they rule. The way the ruling elite can keep everything they do secret and not fear that we'll find out, not fear that we'll know the truth about our governments. A lot of people think that it's like the collateral murder video and that's it. They think that he only revealed stuff about America, but it's blatantly false. The collateral murder video is horrific. It's a crime against humanity, it's a war crime, and people should know about it. But it's not the only thing that WikiLeaks ever did. Of course, 12 to 18 innocent people were killed in the collateral murder event. 2 of them were Reuters journalists, and no one has gone to prison for those murders, yet Julian Assange is in prison for revealing them. And, of course, Chelsea Manning. The Guantanamo Bay Standard Operating Procedures revealed the treatment of prisoners in Guantanamo Bay and also revealed that many of them were innocent. No one has gone to prison for that treatment of those people, yet Julian Assange has for revealing it. The Iraq war logs, hundreds of thousands of documents revealing the truth about America's invasion and destruction of Iraq. No one has gone to jail, gone to prison for the behavior of our military over there, and yet Julian Assange has for revealing it.
To discuss the fact that what is happening to Julian Assange right now is a gross, disgusting act of torture, right? He's being held in solitary confinement for virtually every hour of the day. He's not allowed to go out and see the sunlight, and they're purposefully putting COVID-infested patients in the Belmarsh prison, which is the British equivalent of Guantanamo Bay, right next to him in that prison to try and kill him.
The United States is claiming that if you, a private citizen, receive classified material, you can be prosecuted under the Espionage Act of 1917. This is unprecedented. This is brand new in this indictment against Julian Assange. It is brand new in this indictment against Julian Assange that a journalist and publisher, period, is being charged under the Espionage Act, let alone a foreign journalist and publisher charged under the Espionage Act. The United States government is claiming that sharing classified material is an offense that they can prosecute private citizens under the Espionage Act. Raise your hand if you've ever shared a link that contained classified material. The United States government cannot prosecute each and every one of you. My God.
The mainstream media is not going to talk about this. Where the are they? Where the I said this yesterday about forced to vote. Where the is the home of the progressives? Where the are they? They're not even talking about this. Because by definition, they are corporate news. They are mainstream media. They're afraid to talk about this. But we're not afraid to talk about this. We're all out here.
So the answer to your question about the Democrats is people like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and other members of the so-called squad. They've entered Congress, and now they're in Congress. The tentacles of the Democratic Party establishment have wrapped themselves around them and are squeezing the life out of them. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez even went so far as to fire the staff that she'd employed who were members of her campaign. I'm going to take this off. And she replaced them with people who were essentially Washington insiders and who had done the rounds on the Hill, worked for establishment Democrats. And The reality is that every Democrat who tries to reform the party from within fails because they get corrupted by the system. They try, they water down their proposals, and so on.
Free! Free! Julian Assange! Only one decision! No extradition! Free! Free! Julian Assange! Free! Free! Julian Assange!
I think the thing that sticks out mostly in my mind is it's opaque governments going after transparency. You can see what they did with Vanessa Barrister, the magistrate. They totally scrubbed her from the internet. There's no information on Vanessa Barrister at all except one photo. And that just says opaqueness, you know, so no one's held accountable.
And it's also a part of what took place earlier in D.C. with Force the Vote, to expose the hypocrisy in our political system where self-styled socialists like AOC say that there are concerns around Julian Assange and will not challenge Nancy Pelosi, a straight-up warmonger. So this is just about people power.
If you could, besides the Iraqi war crimes that Julian exposed, what else has he exposed?
Well, there's the Afghan war logs, which should I look directly at the camera? There's the Afghan war logs, which expose torture, hideous war crimes by the U.S. occupation authorities in Afghanistan. This was something that should have caused gigantic political eruption in the U.S. And the press is only beginning to understand what was exposed there. Then we have the State Department, Cablegate, which is a really interesting case. I mean, I can get into the details there because Assange is falsely accused of revealing the names of U.S. assets. And honestly, I've benefited a lot from seeing the names of U.S. assets exposed. You can really see how the U.S. is corrupting and meddling in other countries. But the State Department Cablegate is really what he's being prosecuted for. These are the cables, diplomatic cables of the U.S., which show how empire operates. It shows how the sausage is made. It shows how the U.S. meddles in other countries' political systems, how it pays opposition parties, how it uses these assets to infiltrate social movements, how it, for example, something I tweeted about the other day, the U.S. had infiltrated Venezuela's state oil company, which is its national patrimony. It uses PDVSA, the state oil company, to fund all their social programs. It's basically the engine of Venezuela's economy. They had penetrated it through oil executives who they listed as strictly protect in State Department cables, and these oil executives were actually plotting to sell off subsidiaries of the oil company in order to basically eliminate them in third-party countries and weaken the Venezuelan state. I mean, I grew up here, I know how it is. They were like, Julian Assange did this, and now Donald Trump's yelling at us in press conferences. It's his fault. So f*** him. We're no longer going to work with him. Russian disinformation is freaking us out. That's our enemy. And the press circled the wagons around the Democratic Party and the national security state, and they all bonded together against Donald Trump, and Julian Assange was collateral damage.
1, 2, 3! Free Assange! 1, 2, 3! Free Assange!